Good morning, guys. My name is Joseph. This is AD Truck Services. We just got back from a morning meeting that we usually have once a month. Review some finances to make sure everything is on track. It is October. Actually, cannot believe it. It is already October 9th. And this week is going to be very busy, even though it's Thursday. We have tires unloading. We have a few interesting people coming by for some meetings. Just a very busy day overall, and hopefully you guys enjoy today. We have a fleet that parks with us here, and he just brought 3 trucks in. And on one of the trucks yesterday night, we noticed that, I actually want to show you guys. So there's a heater core right up in here. So there's a radiator, and when the water drips out of this little hole here, a lot of guys don't know where the leak is coming from. So they would do a pressure test and they have no leaks, but they keep adding coolant and they keep seeing coolant on the floor. So I'll show you guys. So I know it's hard to see, but there is a little like a breather tube that comes out and it's in this area. So if you guys ever notice a coolant leak that is only dripping when the truck is running, that is most likely your heater core. Eddie, I'll be waiting for you over here. All right, guys, we just had the container come in. It's the TBB brand. They're straight from Thailand. Maybe if I have a few minutes, I will share some details about the tires, how much they last, what they look like. But here we go. So usually these containers fit around 250 tires. We usually do 60-40, if that's in percentage-wise, like 40% trailer tires and 60% drive tires. And we order in sets of 8. There's 8 drive tires and there's 8 trailer tires. So we try to sell them in sets. Usually trailers, it doesn't work because a lot of time customers will purchase them in 2, in 4, and 6s. But the drive tires are almost always either 8 or 4. So that's how we order the tires. We have them coming in roughly every month and a half. So a lot of people have misconceptions about import tires and think that they're automatically worse quality than premium tires. And I am actually here to say that that's not true. They're dealing with tires for almost 12 years now. There's actually tires like this one, for example, that will outlast a tire like a Bridgestone or a Hankook. Recently, Hankooks have gone down in quality pretty significantly. And other tires, like so import brands saw that opportunity. They came in, they use those same factories that a premium brand would, but they would produce a cheaper tire. So we're seeing those in the US now more and more common. These tires were getting roughly from 200 to 250,000 miles, and drivers seem to be very happy with them. This is a closed shoulder tire, which will help you improve fuel efficiency. The material itself is pretty good in the snow and the rain, which matters a lot as well. There are tires that are a lot cheaper. They usually crack, they can blow, and they can be terrible in the rain and snow. These tires are a nice medium fit. You know, they don't have those squiggly lines for like snow traction. But once again, you know, if a driver is mostly over the road and looking for a good fuel efficient, high mileage tire, I think this is a great option, especially for the price range. Currently, they're right around $3,000 installed, which, you know, if you're comparing to Michelin's, they're closer to $5,000, Bridgestones are closer to $4,500, and even Hankooks are approaching $4,500. So I think for a good price, especially with today's economy, if you're trying to save your fleet some money, it's a pretty good brand to go with. So this is a truck we just did kingpins, new tire rod, because the outside of the tire was wearing pretty bad. We pick up the truck, make sure the brakes are not set, use a nice crowbar to check, and it had pretty bad play. But this is what I wanted to talk about. This is something that we do in our shop that every technician uses. Each technician has 3 of these, and every single time we put a steer tire on, this centers the steer wheel to make sure that it is not put on incorrectly to make sure it's perfectly centered. So what it does is when you tighten 3 of these nuts on first, it centers the steer wheel so that, you know, sometimes I actually had trucks come into the shop and they would be complaining about like shaking in the steering wheel. And what we did is we picked up the truck and we spun the wheel, and you would see that the wheel would be moving up and down pretty drastically. Maybe 30% of the time it was a disbalanced tire or a tire that was oval shaped. But a lot of the time we would install these and it would completely get rid of the shaking in the steering wheel. So if you are having some sort of weird slight vibration in your steering wheel around 50, 60 miles an hour, give these a try first before changing your kingpins, before doing a bunch of suspension work. Give these a try. Make sure your tires are in good condition, and that should change a lot of the issues that you have. So this is what an OEM nut looks like. This is what the ones that we use. So we use 3 of them to center. So if you, just so you guys know how this centers the wheel. This truck was pulled in at 8:15 for an oil change. It is now 9:30. We're completely done. Did the brake adjustment, full grease job, filters, fuel filters, oil. This has the new X15 engine. This truck is at 300,000 miles. We use Rotella T4 for this specific truck because that is what the customer prefers. This truck's run great, so cannot say anything against that. So Alex just asked me if I seem like I micromanage people. I tend to think that I don't, even though I am all over the place all the time. I am actually known for trusting people a little too quickly, just because I do believe that all people are good. That's not always true, but I do feel like in the beginning of ever meeting somebody or giving somebody a task, I do want to make sure that it's done the proper way. Not that it's my way, but I do believe that there is a standard to everything, and I believe that that standard should be met every single time. And I'm a pretty good people reader, where when I see a person do something, like from the side, I see if the person is surpassing those standards, and if he does surpass those standards, then I let him do his job, and I don't ever bug him again, you know, even though there's still quality control, there's still me trying to train them how to talk to customers, how to maybe even do the job a little bit better. But, you know, let's just say best case scenario, the job is done exceptionally well. There's always stuff to improve, like, hey, how about we polish the wheels now? Hey, how about we, you know, we do an extra cleanup now? How about we put like a little thank you note inside the truck? So there's still a lot of things to keep raising the standard. But I don't like to think that I micromanage. I like to think of it as a way where, so Dave Ramsey, for example, he believes in like a 3-month period where you're super onto somebody and you look at every single detail and the way they do it. And if they don't meet your standard, you be very straightforward, you be very transparent. And if they do meet those standards, you let them do their job, and that's when people thrive.
Elsie, do you think Joseph is a micromanager?
No, but Mark absolutely is. He's asks everything, all the unnecessary questions, but they're necessary at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Is Joseph a micromanager?
He's a mega manager. No, he, I think there's definitely trust in the shop to where like he can give us a project and we're kind of trusted to get it done properly. And it's kind of on us to double check. And, you know, he comes in and checks at the end to just make sure the quality control is there. But in general, no micromanaging. Everybody trusts everybody.
Hey, Mark, is Joseph a micromanager?
I don't believe so. Not at all. I haven't experienced it myself, so.
Put some boots on. And then we'll do an oil change on the black truck, Matthew. All right, guys, pretty much done for today. Got the Gillick training coming up. Finished up the Sandy bus. It's only 2 o'clock. Got a lot of good meetings down. A few more to go. Customers pretty happy so far. Looks like I'll be staying a little late today, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe, like. If there's any other stuff that you guys want to see, we also got this expansion being finished in about 2 weeks, so we'll get some trucks in here, get a nice commercial filming, hopefully get some behind the scenes with that. So hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.